This is one of the most unique castles in France, built directly over a river. What makes this castle so unique? What can you see and do here? What is the best way to visit it, and is it even worth buying a ticket in the first place? In this video, these are the questions we are answering, so let's get right into it. Chateau de Chenonceau is in the Loire Valley, and it's one of the easiest chateau day trips from Paris. You can take the SNCF train from Paris Montparnasse to Tours or Saint-Pierre-des-Corps, about 1 or 1.5 hours. Then change to a local train towards Chenonceau. You'll get off at Chenonceau station, which is about 5 to 10 minute walk to the chateau. Total travel time is usually around 2 to 2.5 hours each way. The chateau is famous because it was built right over the River Cher in the 16th century, but also because one of the most scandalous rivalries in French royal history. The story centers around Diane de Poitiers and Catherine de Medici, the queen. Diane was King Henry II's mistress, but she wasn't just a random mistress. She was said to be his favorite, much older than him and had a huge influence over him. He trusted her, listened to her, and even gave her Chenonceau as a gift, which was a big deal because it was technically crown property. While Catherine was the queen, Diane was the one with real power at court for a long time. Diane is the one who started shaping Chenonceau into what it is today. She added the bridge over the river and created the gardens, and she basically lived there as if she were the queen. Meanwhile, Catherine had to tolerate the situation publicly, even though everyone knew what was actually going on. As soon as Henry died, Catherine acted quickly. She took Chenonceau back from Diane, no negotiation, and sent her away to another chateau. Then she reshaped Chenonceau into her own project, adding the long gallery on top of Diane's bridge and using the space to host large events and assert her authority. So what you see today is really a mix of both women's visions, but also a clear result of that power struggle between them. If you have a car like we did, getting there and parking is super easy. There's a free parking lot on the right as you drive in, and it's already beautiful with all the trees, especially if you get lucky with a sunny day like we did. Once you're parked, head over to the ticket office with the beautiful red doors and windows. A standard adult ticket is 19 euros with discounts for kids and students. We've linked tickets in the description, so definitely go check that out if you want to book ahead. Show your ticket at the gate and start walking through the stunning row of trees towards the castle. One thing we noticed right away is how well maintained the gardens and the surrounding estate are. There were workers actively tending to everything, and it really shows. They've done a great job making it feel clean, polished, and luxurious. But in our opinion, the outside isn't even the best part. It's what's inside. But first, the estate itself, it's made up of the maze and the caryatids, Diane's garden, more symmetrical and structured, and Catherine's garden, which is smaller and more intimate but with some of the best views. There's also an area with a restaurant, an apothecary, and additional gardens, plus the farm with a vegetable garden, and a small animal area with horses, rabbits, chickens, and donkeys, and of course, the main castle. In our opinion, the best time to visit is from late March to early April, fewer crowds but still nice spring weather, and about 2 to 3 hours before the gardens close at 5:30. That's more than enough time to see everything properly without feeling rushed or surrounded by too many people, although you could easily spend the whole day here if you wanted to. If you're visiting in another season, make sure to check the schedule in advance as it changes regularly. And if you're feeling a bit adventurous, in the warmer months you can rent canoes on the Cher River and paddle under the arches of the chateau. We've linked the exact rental spot in the description. For the best views of the castle and its arches, we highly recommend prioritizing Catherine's garden. So make sure to go there first after visiting the castle. It's full of beautiful flowers with a fountain in the center, castle and river in the background. We suggest visiting the inside of the castle first, since the gardens close half an hour later. We went towards the end of the day, so once the castle closed, we still had about 30 minutes to explore the gardens. If you don't have time to go inside, head to the viewpoint outside that we've linked in the description to still get those iconic views of the arches without needing a ticket. But if you do have the time, the interior is absolutely worth it. Think a classic European royal chateau mixed with the most beautiful French countryside home you can imagine. There are around 20 rooms to explore across 4 floors, including the basement, which was our favorite, and soon we'll tell you why. You'll notice that each one is beautifully decorated with stunning flower arrangements in almost every room, all sourced directly from the chateau's gardens. On the ground floor, you can visit the chapel, the guards' rooms, and Diane de Poitiers' bedroom. From there, you move into the green study and library, which belong to Catherine. Green was actually her favorite color before she became a widow. Next is the gallery going over the water with simple chandeliers, white walls, and black and white checkered tile floors with a fireplace on one of the walls. So far, all of these rooms have been beautiful, but next is by far our favorite section in the entire castle. And it's something quite unique to Chenonceau since most chateaux in France don't allow access to this area: the kitchen. It's fully equipped and staged to resemble a 16th century kitchen, and it really makes you feel like you've stepped back in time. You even get a sense of what it was like for the workers, since you can visit the servants' area where they would have eaten their meals. You'll see the ovens used for baking bread and other goods, the butchery, dining areas, kitchen prep stations, and more. It's very, very cool and done beautifully. The first floor is where you'll find most of the bedrooms and studies. Each one has its own unique tapestries, flower arrangements, and intricate ceiling details, so don't forget to look up, the ceilings are stunning. One of our favorite rooms was the 5 Queens bedroom, named in honor of Catherine's 2 daughters and 3 daughters-in-law. Right next to it is another favorite, Catherine's bedroom. After that, you move into the exhibition rooms. These are filled with gallery walls showing old images of what Chenonceau looked like over the years. This was actually one of our favorite rooms as well. It's incredibly beautiful and full of the chateau's history. The last bedroom you'll visit is on the 2nd floor, and it belonged to Louise of Lorraine. She was the wife of Catherine and Henry II's 4th son. After her husband Henry III died, Louise moved into Chateau de Chenonceau. Her room is very dark and decorated entirely in black to represent the mourning period that she lived in. There's even a portrait of her late husband on one of the walls. Don't skip this floor, even if it's just to see the hallway, which has some of the most unique ceiling details in the chateau. All of these rooms are worth seeing, and you can move through them faster or slower depending on how much time you have. If you're short on time and want to focus on the highlights, don't skip the kitchen, the gallery over the water, the exhibition room in our opinion, and Catherine's bedroom. That said, the rooms are very well connected, so it's easy to follow the route and see everything. Each room is numbered on the outside, just follow them in order. If your time in the gardens is limited, the must-sees are Catherine's garden, and if you have kids, the vegetable garden and the farm to check out the animals. So, is it worth it? In our opinion, absolutely. If you're in the Loire Valley or looking for a great day trip from Paris, we can't recommend visiting Chateau de Chenonceau enough. We're planning a full chateau road trip through the valley next year, but we're really glad we decided to stop here on our way to Paris. We do recommend booking your tickets in advance so you can walk straight in, no waiting in line if it's busy or if you're short on time. When traveling in France, there are a lot of things you need to keep in mind, rules and regulations you might not expect if you're a tourist. That's why we made a whole France 101 video with everything you need to know before traveling in France. Perfect for all types of travelers, but especially if you're traveling by car. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in that video. Safe travels!